What if I told you there is a secret code, a formula so powerful it has shaped the lives of countless millionaires and pioneers for nearly a century? It's not about luck, connections, or even hard work alone. It's about something happening right now, inside your mind. 80 years ago, a man named Napoleon Hill cracked this code. He called it Think and Grow Rich. Our story begins in 1908. Andrew Carnegie, the richest man in the world, presented a young journalist, Napoleon Hill, with an extraordinary mission. Carnegie believed the philosophy of personal achievement could be distilled into a set of clear, actionable principles. He commissioned Hill to discover these principles by studying the most successful people alive. For the next 20 years, Hill interviewed over 500 giants of industry, invention, and leadership, figures like Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, John D. Rockefeller, and Theodore Roosevelt. He wasn't looking for their business strategies, he was searching for their mental patterns. What he unearthed was revolutionary. He discovered that all success, all wealth, all achievement begins not with action, but with a single, controllable seed, a thought. Your outer world, he concluded, is a direct reflection of your inner world. This book isn't just about growing your bank account. It's a manual for architecting your destiny from the inside out. Today we summarize its core philosophy. This is not abstract theory. This is a practical blueprint built on 13 proven steps. We'll focus on the 5 most critical principles that form its unshakable foundation. Chapter 1. That is told as desire, the furnace of achievement. Napoleon Hill states with absolute clarity, "Wishing will not bring riches, but desiring riches with a state of mind that becomes an obsession, then planning definite ways and means to acquire riches and backing those plans with persistence which does not recognize failure will bring riches." The starting point of all achievement is a burning desire, not a casual wish, not a vague hope, but a white-hot, all-consuming obsession. It must be so intense it monopolizes your thoughts day and night. Hill illustrates this with the story of Edwin C. Barnes. Barnes had a burning desire to become the business partner of the great inventor Thomas Edison. He had no money for a train ticket, so he traveled to Edison's laboratory in New Jersey by freight car. He didn't arrive looking for a job. He announced himself by saying, "Mr. Edison, I have come to go into business with you." He was given a menial job. For years he worked in that lab, not as an employee in his mind, but as a future partner. That mental image, that burning desire, was his compass. Eventually, when Edison invented the new Edison dictaphone, it was Barnes who saw its potential and secured the distribution rights. He became a true partner and a millionaire. His desire had literally crystallized into reality. Your practical takeaway: the 6-step method for translating desire into reality. Hill gives a precise ritual. Tonight, do this. 1. Fix in your mind the exact amount of money you desire. Be specific. "I want more money" is worthless. "I desire $100,000 is a target. 2. Determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money. Nothing comes for nothing. 3. Establish a definite date by which you intend to possess this money. 4. Create a definite plan for carrying out your desire and begin at once, whether you are ready or not. 5. Write out a clear, concise statement of the amount, the time limit, what you will give, and your plan. 6. Read this written statement aloud twice every day, once just before sleeping, once just after rising. As you read, see, feel, and believe yourself already in possession of the money. This is not affirmation. This is auto-suggestion, the first step in programming your subconscious mind, which we'll explore next. Chapter 2, that is told as faith, the visualization of success. If desire is the furnace, then faith is the fuel that keeps it burning. Hill defines faith as a state of mind that can be induced by repeated affirmation and instruction to the subconscious. It is an unshakable belief in the certainty of your goal's achievement long before any physical evidence appears. Why is this so powerful? Because your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between a real experience and one that is vividly imagined and emotionalized. When you repeatedly visualize your goal with intense feeling, your subconscious accepts it as fact. It then begins to guide your thoughts, actions, and decisions toward making that internal fact an external reality. Think of a champion athlete. Their physical training is only half the battle. Every night they engage in mental rehearsal. They don't just think about winning. They feel the weight of the medal, they hear the national anthem, they see the scoreboard with their name on top. They have already won the event 1,000 times in their mind. When they step onto the field, their subconscious is not seeking victory. It is executing a script it has already mastered. Your practical takeaway: the faith-building ritual. Repeat this to yourself aloud with conviction. I can and I will. Not I might, not I hope. I will. Back this up with daily visualization sessions. Close your eyes for 5 minutes and construct a detailed mental movie of your success. Engage all your senses. The more real it feels inside, the faster your subconscious will work to align your outer world with that inner picture. Doubt is a poison. Faith is the antidote, self-administered daily. Chapter 3. That is told as the subconscious mind, the fertile soil. This brings us to the engine room, your subconscious mind. Hill describes it as the connecting link between your finite conscious mind and infinite intelligence. You can think of it as a garden. Your conscious mind is the gardener. It has the power of choice. Every thought you entertain is a seed. A thought of desire and faith is a seed for an oak tree. A thought of fear and doubt is a seed for a weed. Your subconscious mind is the soil. It is incredibly fertile, but it is not selective. It will grow whatever you plant, good or bad. It doesn't argue. It simply obeys the commands it receives through your thoughts, especially those charged with strong emotion. This is why the daily rituals from Principle 1 and 2 are non-negotiable. When you read your statement with feeling, you are planting a powerful seed. When you visualize, you are watering and nourishing it. Left unattended, the garden of your mind will be overrun by the weeds of worry, negativity, and societal doubt. A modern example, J.K. Rowling. Before Harry Potter, she was a struggling single mother on welfare. But she possessed a burning desire to tell her story. She had faith in the world she imagined. For years in Edinburgh cafes, her subconscious mind worked on that seed. The 12 publisher rejections were weeds trying to choke her seed. But the seed, programmed with intense desire and faith, was stronger. Her subconscious eventually guided her creativity and persistence to a reality that made her one of the most successful authors in history. She cultivated her inner garden until it produced an outer forest. Chapter 4. That is told as the Mastermind Alliance, the Force Multiplier. A critical discovery from Hill's research is this: No one achieves extraordinary success alone. Every great fortune and achievement he studied was supported by what he called a mastermind alliance. This is far more than networking. A mastermind is a coordination of knowledge and effort in a spirit of perfect harmony between two or more people, all working toward a definite purpose. When minds connect in this synergistic way, a third, intangible mind is created, a collective intelligence. You gain access to the knowledge, experience, contacts, and mental energy of every person in the alliance. It is a force multiplier. The classic example, that is Jobs and Wozniak. Steve Jobs had the visionary zeal, the understanding of design and desire. Steve Wozniak was the engineering genius who could bring technical visions to life. Alone, Wozniak might have built clever computers for hobbyists. Jobs might have remained a philosophical seeker. Together, in a mastermind alliance, they created Apple. They compensated for each other's weaknesses and amplified each other's strengths, accessing a creative and strategic power neither had alone. Your practical takeaway to build your counsel. Ask yourself, who is in my mastermind? It could be a mentor, a trusted colleague, a like-minded friend on a similar journey. Seek people whose skills, knowledge, and character complement yours, and who are fully committed to a growth mindset. Meet regularly, weekly or monthly. Share your definite purpose. Brainstorm challenges. Leverage this collective power. The speed and height of your achievement will be directly influenced by the quality of your alliances. Chapter 5, that is told as persistence, the sustaining bridge. Here is where most people fail. Your desire will be tested, your faith will be shaken, circumstances will scream at you to quit. Hill identified persistence as the sustained, disciplined action in the face of adversity. It is the direct measure of your faith and the bridge between your inner vision and outer reality. Hill shares the cautionary tale of R.U. Darby and 3 Feet from Gold. Darby's uncle struck gold fever during the gold rush. He drilled and found a promising vein. He mined enthusiastically until the vein suddenly disappeared. He drilled further but found nothing. Devastated, he sold his machinery for scrap to a local junk dealer. That junk dealer was wiser. He hired a mining engineer to survey the mine. The engineer discovered that the original vein would have been found just 3 feet beyond where Darby's uncle stopped drilling. The junk man mined the fortune from the very spot where another man gave up. Darby learned a billion-dollar lesson in persistence, which he later applied successfully in the insurance business. How many of us quit 3 feet from gold? Persistence is not stubborn, blind effort. It is intelligent, guided effort, fueled by a burning desire, directed by a clear plan, and sustained by an unshakable faith. When you feel like quitting, that is the exact moment to double down on your rituals, reread your desire statement, re-engage your visualization, consult your mastermind. These 5 principles, desire, faith, the subconscious mind, the mastermind, and persistence, form the core. They are supported by the other 8 steps in Hill's philosophy, including specialized knowledge, applied knowledge is power, organized planning, and the crucial definiteness of decision, the habit of making prompt, clear choices and avoiding procrastination. Together they create a symphony of success conducted by your burning desire. Conclusion is you are the cause. So what is the ultimate secret code Napoleon Hill discovered? It is this. You are the cause. Your life is the effect. Wealth, success, achievement. They are not external prizes to be chased. They are internal conditions to be built. You cannot have riches on the outside if you cultivate poverty on the inside. Poverty of vision, poverty of belief, poverty of persistence. Money is merely a tool, a byproduct of becoming the person capable of creating and holding it. The real treasure is the person you forge in the process, a person of definite purpose, unwavering faith, resilient persistence, and the wisdom to harness the power of your own mind and the minds of others. This is not magic. It is the immutable law of cause and effect applied to your mentality. The blueprint is now in your hands. The first step is deceptively simple, yet profoundly powerful. Start tonight. Take a blank piece of paper. Follow the 6 steps for your burning desire. Feel the audacity of it. Then begin the daily practice. Program your subconscious. Visualize your success. Seek your allies. And when challenges come, as they will, remember the man who quit 3 feet from gold and absolutely refuse, to be him. If this summary ignited a spark in you, then your journey of application begins now. For more deep dives into books that unlock human potential, subscribe to Clarify Insights and hit the notification bell. Every 2 days, we transform complex ideas into clear, story-driven lessons you can use to architect your life. Share in the comments below. What is the one thing you will commit to this week from Hill's philosophy? Writing your desire? Forming a mastermind? Your written declaration is your first act of faith. Thank you for watching. Remember the principle. You must think yourself into the person who can grow the life they desire. Think, and you shall become